Howdy, folks. Dr. Flo here, not telling you what I heard, but what I know. What I know is that you're loved and lovable. You've always been loved and lovable, and you're always going to be loved and lovable. I'm pulling our guest on in tonight, and I hope that we are able to connect with all of them. I want to thank everybody for being so awesome. I'm also going to share this out to our network of friends, all loved and lovable people. So give me 1 second to share this out. Oh, here we are. Here we are. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay. So tonight we're going to be having a conversation with Amy Sue and Papi Wata as part of our Spirit Summit series. I'm going to get them all up on the stage. So send up your request and we'll be able to join together. I am going to read our affirmations to get started, our power up and join in. Deep at the center of my being, there's an infinite well of love. I now allow this love to flow to the surface. It fills my heart, my body, my mind, my consciousness, my very being, and radiates out from me in all directions and returns to me multiplied. The more love I use and give, the more I have to give. The supply is endless. The use of love makes me feel good. It's an expression of my inner joy. I love myself. Therefore, I take loving care of my body. I lovingly feed it nourishing foods and beverages. I lovingly groom it and dress it, and my body lovingly responds to me with vibrant health and energy. I love myself, therefore I provide for myself a comfortable home, one that fulfills all my needs and is a pleasure to be in. I fill the rooms with the vibration of love so that all who enter, myself included, come on up, myself included, will feel this love and be nourished by it. I love myself, therefore I work at a job that I truly enjoy doing, one that uses my creative talents and abilities working with and for people that I love and that love me and earning a good income. I love myself, therefore I behave and think in a loving way to all people, for I know that that which I give out returns to me multiplied. I only attract loving people in my world, for they are a mirror of what I am. I love myself, therefore I forgive and totally release the past and all past experiences, and I am free. I love myself, therefore I live totally in the now, experiencing each moment as good and knowing that my future is bright, joyous, and secure, for I am a beloved child of the universe, and the universe lovingly takes care of me now and forevermore. And so it is. I want to start by doing introductions to our panel tonight for Spirit Summit. I see that Amy Sue doesn't have the circle going with her, so you start first, Amy Sue. What brings you to Spirit Summit tonight, and what's some of the healing work that you put out onto the planet in your healing practice?
Um, my name is Amy Sue, and I'm your spiritual mentor. And I am here tonight to talk about willingness and how it is everything. And some of the work that I do is just helping people remove the blocks to the awareness of love's presence, doing a lot of energy, changing your energetics because we are spiritual beings. When you change the frequency, you change everything because everything is frequency. And then inner child work, that kind of stuff. Just deep transformational work that like really helps you to be as God created you to be, whatever that is. So removing anything and everything that keeps you from that truth so that you can live the life that you were meant to live instead of the life that you think you're supposed to live.
Oh, so amazing. We're also joined by my partner in crime and partner in life, Papi Wata. What do you bring to the world with your healing water, sir?
Yes, I am a psychic medium and healer. I'm also getting into energetic healing of the body with my hands and things of that nature. And I'm here to talk about willingness in terms of your willingness to give so that you can receive, willingness to accept honesty, and a willingness to go and get what you actually desire today. That's the way, because I see those as hurdles for us in being willing. So I think willingness opens you up to get, right? You got to be willing first to receive. So that's where I come from. And I come
Amazing.
from a conjure standpoint in that. It's one of our
Um,
principles.
Amazing. And I love the question. I'm Dr. Flo. I'm a clarity coach and performance coach, and I help people follow their bliss and figure out how to make their dreams come true, not just talk about what the dream is, but how do we actually take the step-by-step process that we need in life in order to manifest our dreams. A lot of people don't fail because they are bad people. They fail because they don't have a plan. And so I help people map their plans and make their plans come true using the power of hard work and dedication. And so thank you to our Soul Summit, Spirit Summit panelists for being here tonight. This was Amy Sue's topic because this is her soup du jour. When we've been getting to know each other intimately over the last couple of weeks, she hit me with the question. She's like, are you willing? Are you willing? Are you willing in your work? What brought you, Amy Sue, to this willingness topic and this willingness work?
Trial and error and Course of Miracles. So, you know, I'm a facilitator of A Course in Miracles, and you hear so many times, only your willingness is required. Only your willingness is required, right? Only a little bitty willingness is required in the beginning. And then, you know, you need to have some more willingness as you're gapping up. But you just have to be willing, period. Like, I freaking love it because now, I don't care who the client is. I don't care. If yours the people, I can help you because all I need is your willingness. You give me a little bit of willingness and I'm going to blow your mind with the transformation that you get. All we need is a little bit. And then when you give me that little bit of willingness and you see what happens, you become addicted to being better. When you see how much better your life can be, when you see how you can feel better, how things can really be different, because, you know, we go through this all the time. Everybody's a seeker. Everybody is they want a better life. Everybody's doing the absolute best that they can. And they would do better if they could. And everybody feels frustrated and deflated and defeated. And they think that they can't do anything different, right? Because they think they have to do something. And it's not about doing, it's about being. And the only thing that is required for being is your willingness to be. Are you willing to be something that you have not been? Are you willing to look again? Are you willing to try something different? Are you willing to allow something different into your life long enough for you to have an experience with it? And once that's all it takes, just that little bit of willingness. Just be willing, right? And that's what true surrender is. You know, you hear people talk and they're like, I did everything in the world. I tried it all and nothing worked. I did everything. And no matter what I did, my life didn't change. And then finally, I said, I can't do it no more. I don't know what the hell to do. I don't have any idea what to do. God, do something, anything. I don't even care. Guess what you just did? You just said, I am willing to let you do something for me because I'm done trying to do it myself. And in your surrender, you had some willingness. And Spirit says, oh, yeah, let's get to work now, right?
Amazing. When did this occur to you to ask the question of yourself? Was it something that happened with a client or something that happened in your life that put you in this space of willingness and surrender? Or how did it all come into be beyond the course and all of that?
I'm so glad you asked that question. So I know about willingness from a course, right? Because we say it all the time. But it's one of those things that, like, you say it all the time, but you don't really realize what you're saying until you actually have the moment of occurrence, you know? Mm-hmm. And I was at one of my breaking points. You know, I told Spirit that I'm willing. I'm willing to go all the way. Somebody's got to take us home, and I will be the one, right? You tell me what to do, and I will do it. I told Spirit that. I said, I'm willing. Right. And I had a lot of fear from other lifetimes in this lifetime. This lifetime has been nothing but fear for me. And I was struggling to release it all. You know, like it had me in the throes. I was just getting taken down by the fear. No matter what I did, that fear always came back and it would stop me dead in my tracks. And I didn't want to have that anymore, because as a healer, as a mentor, I can only take people as far as I am willing to go, or I have went, right? And so I gotta go if I want y'all to go. So that is my motivation always, right? Because I love the hell out of people. I want everybody to wake up. It's not one of us, it's all of us. If it's not all of us, it's none of us. So, and that's how I live. So I was really struggling with the fear, and I was having one of those days where I was just kind of like, I've done everything. I can't do it. I've tried. It always freaking comes back, man. Like, what am I supposed to do? And I said that little prayer to Spirit, and I said, you know what? I said, if you show me how to let it all go, I will do it. You tell me how, and I'll do it. I'm willing. And after I said that, everything started unfolding. I was like, all right, here you go. We're going to do this, 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 and this. And here goes that fear, right? Like, fear is a liar. It is nothing but a lie. If you understood for one hot minute how magnificently powerful and brilliant you are, you would never fear another thing for the rest of your entire freaking life. Because fear is something that it's not even real. First of all, you got some idea about something that might happen. You have no idea if it's going to happen. And even if it already happened in the past, you still ain't got no idea if it's going to happen right now in this moment. And so you're letting some other thing mandate your life. You have no power over your life. Where you say, oh, this thing is going to happen to me, and that thing might happen to me. I can't go talk to them. They might say no. So freaking what? If they say no, guess what? That means they ain't your people. And now that's just one less person that you got to worry about, because you know they ain't the one. So you just keep on plugging on down the road till you get to the one. But if you ain't willing to talk to the first one, you ain't never going to get the one in anything, right? You want to get a girlfriend? You want to get a boyfriend? Well, you got to go talk to some people. You have to go let them know, get to know them. And then the right one is going to stick around. And if they don't stick around, hallelujah. That's one less person you got to worry about. You already know they ain't the one. Go on to the next, right?
Yeah.
You got some package. You wake up in the morning, I got a $1,000 monthly mentor package I want to sell today. Somebody owns that package already. My job is to deliver it to the person, right? And know that person is coming. So whoever shows up, you must be the one. And if you ain't the one, that's okay. The next person that shows up might be the one. But somebody going to show up that needs this package that I have, because I made it. I have created it in my mind. I know that it is worthy and valuable, and somebody going to come take it, right? That's really all it is. If we start doing things that way, then life just starts unfolding, and you don't got to worry about it. You just do whatever comes up. You got that feeling, and then you're just willing to carry it out. You're willing to do the thing. You're willing to show up. You're willing to go wherever you're prompted to go, or pick up the phone and call whoever, and you know how this goes. It's how we got on the conversation. You know, this is what happens. Spirit just puts something in your little mind, and you'd be like, I'm willing. But if you ain't willing, you don't get the blessing.
Wow.
It just go on. It don't happen.
Let's talk a little bit about personal power and willingness, because you just tapped into that for a second, and that really made all of my spidey senses kind of tingle. How does willingness and personal power go hand in hand?
Good question. For me, what comes up when I think of willingness and personal power is that your personal power, it's your sovereign, it's your right to choose, right? It's like, it's me, it's my life. If you are willing to accept that truth, then from that place, you're all powerful. Like, if I accept that I'm responsible for everything in my life, I'm willing to accept that little fact right there, and I make that my rule, you know, because that's the thing, is that what are you going to believe? Your beliefs is going to have your life. And so my personal power comes from my beliefs. Whatever I believe is going to be my life. So if I believe that I am responsible, then I will take accountability and responsibility for my life. And then whatever happens in my world isn't going to take me down. because I just have to just give up. I got to curl up in a little ball and say I quit. If I'm responsible, then I am always in complete power of my life. So no matter what happens, I could change it if I'm responsible. But if I put my power out there to all them other little fools, if I tell that, oh, they did that, they said that, I need this, I need that, well, I don't have no power because I'm looking out there at all those other people. So my willingness to take control of my life gives me the power to own my life. But I think the willingness comes first. You have to be willing to accept those truths, right? And when you take those in, they become your reality. But you get to decide what truths you take. Truth is truth no matter what. But you are a very powerful being, and you can dupe yourself. You can convince yourself of anything. That's why you have to be aligned, right? Because if you're not in alignment with spirit, you will make up a bunch of crap, and then life's not going to be so great.
Wow. Wow. So if someone comes to you, you're in the grocery store. I don't know if you allow people to walk up on you in the grocery
Yeah.
store. But if they walk up on you and they say, yo, I want to be willing, but I just don't know how, what would be some of the steps that you would tell them to become more willing in their lives to what they want to manifest or what their dreams are trying to bring into them?
Well, I would ask them if they know about intention. You know what intention is? I would explain to them like the difference between if I just let something happen or if I have a curiosity willing attitude. Like one is willingness is I'm looking, I'm checking, I'm observing, I'm watching what's happening, right? I'm participating. There's a participation with willingness that happens. If I am just allowing, there's no participation. There's no acceptance. With willingness, there's an acceptance of what's happening. If I don't have that acceptance, it's not willingness. It's just there's an opportunity there, right? There's something happening. Something's unfolding in front of me. And it's my willingness that's either going to get me involved in that or not. So, for example, if I have, let's use your body for example. Let's say I am stressed out and I don't know how I'm gonna pay my bills. I got headaches every day because I just don't know where the money's gonna come for the bills. And I'm out here doing door dashing and anything and everything I know to make money, right? I'm cleaning people's houses and I'm door dashing and I'm doing all this stuff and I'm the bills keep coming in and I'm telling myself, oh my gosh, there's more bills than I got money and I just don't know how I'm going to do this and there's just no way that it's ever going to work out, and let's say I have a healer, I have somebody I do work with and I call them up and I'm like, I just can't do nothing, I can't make no money, everything, I'm just so broke. If I could just get my money right, then I could be okay. I don't even think I'll be able to afford these sessions no more, and I don't even know what I'm going to do, and blah 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 blah. Well, they're kind of stuck in their way. They don't understand their power. And they're saying things like, I can't do this, I'm stuck, like nothing's working. And then they're wondering why that's their experience. And so I would come along and be like, okay, so are you willing to just try something different? Are you willing to think about it a little bit different? Like, what's the worst that can happen? Absolutely nothing, right? The worst that happens is nothing changes. You ain't going to be no worse off than y'all right now. I can guarantee that. So ain't you willing to try something different? If you might have a different outcome, are you willing to do something different? And that's what I would say to people, like.
So the person goes, okay, so I am willing now, but I'm not seeing the tangible effects. I've been willing for 3 months. I've been willing for 4 months. I've been willing for 5 months and nothing's moving. What would be your answer? And not putting you in the hot seat, but
Oh, no, I know.
yeah, but like walking with spirit and in the answer, they've been willing for the longest time and they're not seeing any tangible effect or outcome of what they're trying to receive.
Well,
What would
then
you
in
say
that
to?
case, I would say you need to hop on a call with me and we need to do a session ASAP so we can clear out your energetics, because your energetics is what's stopping you from getting what you want. Because if you are willing and it is not landing, then it is a subconscious sabotaging program that you are unaware of that needs to get the hell out of there.
Boom, boom, pow. All right, I'm gonna get you out of the hot seat for the moment and push over to Papi Wata because that's amazing. Y'all been listening to Amy Sue. Amy Sue is a fiery presence on the planet. I'm so grateful to have her in Love and Action Network. I'm so happy to have her here tonight because nobody tells it like it is in the Course in Miracle rooms on Clubhouse, and no one tells it like it is in a call quite like Amy Sue. I know that she's so powerful for the kingdom of love. And I'm so grateful that she's here. Going over to Papi Water, you had a whole list that you gave us at the top of this session of the areas of willingness that you wanted to talk about. Can you riff about a couple of those and how willingness shows up for you in your life and in those areas that you discussed?
Yes. I'm actually going to, we'll do it in flow. So when I think about willingness, and also like it's very nice to, I know we've met, but we're like more, we're meeting for
Yeah.
real now.
It's nice to like really finally really meet you. I'm
Yeah.
Amy.
Yes, I'm honored. I'm honored. And a lot of what you said about willingness, or all of what you said about willingness, resonated with me. And it brings up for me that willingness in my life, and I'm learning right now, and it tense. And then I have to stand in my willingness and I calm down. Because willingness for me as a Pisces, it's a little harder for us to take accountability. Accountability for me pairs with willingness because I have to go and be accountable for the facts and the times where I just was not being willing, whether I thought I was or I was just literally being stubborn. Like I have used willingness to be stubborn and not be willing. I've used it as an excuse. I am willing. I don't want to hear it because I'm trying. But you're only trying this way. No, I'm trying. I don't want to hear it. And it is very counterproductive. And I had to really like go, no, let's really think about this. If you were really willing, would you have this much resistance to what's happening? Because it's almost like my self sabotage shows up in a dragging of feet sometimes because I'm just like, I'm scared in those ways. Like we said, fear, and which I've learned in life is fear is just false evidence appearing real. Like you said, it's a lie. And so I have to learn that, like, for me, it's like a be scared and go, right? And that's how I power through. And once I take accountability, I can really be willing because I'm like, okay, if I had enough power to ruin my life, I have enough power to rebuild my life. If I'm this strong, if I can ruin it, I can improve it, right? If me just changing my mindset can cause harm, it can cause healing. And so just tangibly going about it a little bit from my list, I talk about a willingness to give, and Spirit has called me right now to pair that alongside also with releasing, because in taking accountability, I had to firstly be willing to just release what I was believing. Like believing that I was willing, that I wasn't part of the problem. A singer that I love so much, K. Michelle's working on an album called I Am the Problem. And it's been sitting with me since she named the title. And I was like, where have I been the problem? Where have I've been the problem, and I had to really release. Look, is that what it says?
Hi, it's me. I'm the problem. That's my bracelet.
I love it. Yes, because we have to realize,
It's
like,
a reminder.
it's me.
Go in. Go in. It's always me. I'm the
Yes,
problem.
yes, because it's like, okay, these 10 different events happened, and these same results came out, but there were different people involved in every single thing. The only commonality is me.
Yep.
So I must be the problem. I gotta let that go of blaming and letting go of a victim mentality. And also sometimes letting go of people who allow you to sit in unwillingness. or situations that let you sit in unwillingness, right? And then in a more oh God, sis, don't talk about that. So I won't. Um change my whole sermon on the fly. Um but just a willingness to understand and to have new understandings and to give new understandings out, share them, and to be able to take in constructive criticism and not see it as being under attack. Because I've come from places where, people they show up like, oh, I got some advice, but they really just want to condemn you. And so I built up a muscle around receiving criticism because it was never constructive in the past. So I had to learn, oh wait, there is constructive criticism. I should listen. Okay, I'm gonna listen. You're not gonna, oh, okay. And when I learned to move in a place of knowing that I can receive constructive criticism and that's what's gonna come to me, even if somebody's trying to harm me, there's something I can learn in that. It changed, and now I'm attracting more situations where it's actually more constructive than the other stuff. Because what you focus on grows, right? And so I just had a willingness to change what I'm focused on and to let things go.
So, Papi Water, just to let the conversation breathe, what does that bring up for you, Amy Sue?
I just agree.
Oh,
I'm just
oh,
like, yeah. I agree with you. The thing that I did see or that I did notice is like, the thing that I would say is like, as far as criticism goes, you know, like we have to be very, 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 very mindful of that damn Satan. Make him get behind you. And when he's coming in the front door and you're watching him at the front door and you catch him, you see him coming right in. He come in, he's all loud. He's like, woohoo, here I am. And you're like, oh hell no, that's Satan. You better get behind me, right? But while he's coming in banging pots and pans at the front door, what you don't know is he's sliding in the back door, quiet as a mouse, and you never see his little ass coming. So I'm gonna challenge you with the back door, which is this. All criticism is constructive.
Mm.
And here is why. Because there's only one of us. So whether that fool is yelling at you or talking to you in a loving way, telling you about you, you hired him to tell you about you. And if they talking to you, if they smack talking you and trash talking you, the question you need to ask yourself is, why do you feel that you deserve to be talked to that way?
Mm.
Because the moment that you believe that you don't deserve to be talked to that way, they will stop talking to you that way. They are showing you what you believe about yourself to be true, and that's why they're treating you that way. So all criticism is a message for you. It's either you are in love or you are not in love. Are you calling out for love? Because if they trash talking you, you are calling for love.
Mm.
If they are being loving, then you are joining them in love. It's always one of those two things. And so when we talk about criticism, like, oh, they mean me harm. No, they'll mean me good. They don't mean you nothing. You mean you. What do you mean you? How you feeling about you? Because all they doing is showing you what you think about you.
Exactly.
so,
Because if you don't believe
so good.
it, you wouldn't even take it in at all. You wouldn't.
No.
If you just be like,
You don't
that
answer that
crazy
call.
woman was yelling at me.
You don't answer the call because you won't even know. And it goes both ways, right? I was at the movie theater. I took my kids to see Blue Beetle yesterday. Awesome movie. And we were leaving. I was wearing this pink dress with white polka dots. I look like Barbie. I look like I came out the Barbie because I ain't got blonde hair. But I look like the Barbie girl. And I was taking pictures of Corey and his girlfriend at the Blue Beetle picture. And this dude is like, I love your dress. I don't think he's talking to me. I'm like, I'm an old mama up in here. All these teenagers, college kids around me. I don't think they talking about me. And my son is like, Mama, he's talking to you. And so I turned around and I was like, he's like, I love your dress. I was like, oh, thank you. And then it's like, there's like 10 people there and they're all stopping and like, oh my God, I love your dress. Oh my God, you're so pretty. Oh my God, I love that outfit. Oh my God, you're rocking that. Oh, you're so pretty. And I wouldn't have paid any attention. I was just taking pictures of my kids. I wasn't in that mind frame because I tend to be like, oh, I run away shy from the compliments, right? You got something bad to say about me? I'm right there to eat that shit up. Go ahead, trash talk me. What you got to say? Because I'm going to prove you wrong, right? I need to know what you think about me so I can go and make sure I'm not that thing. But when people say good stuff, a lot of times it just goes right over my head. I wouldn't even hear it because I wasn't thinking about that. You know, I'm not like, because I had a belief in my head. It was like, oh, you don't want to be prideful. You can't be thinking about how you look. You can't be worrying about all that because you're going to get all prideful and then you're going to fall. Right. But then I'm denying those people the opportunity, because what they're doing is they're seeing beauty in me, but they're also seeing beauty in them when they see it in me. Because so I'm denying the beauty that's out there, and I'm only focusing on all the negative to get rid of. Right. I'm like, just let me get rid of all this. I want to go look at the lies. I'm honing in on the lies, and I'll run away from the truth a lot. So you have to kind of be mindful of all of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that those are the things that kind of came up when I'm listening to you talk about the willingness and stuff, and places where I'm like not willing to receive the good, right? Because you talked about willingness and receiving, and I have no problem receiving trash talk. Go ahead. I got you. I got thick skin. You ain't getting me. But you start telling me how good I am, see how uncomfortable I get. You know, it's like,
This reminds me of me when I tell people, and the Dr. Flow challenge is to tell 5 people either on the internet or in real life, right to their faces, you are loved and lovable. You've always been loved and lovable, and you're always going to be loved and lovable no matter what. And you should see them look like I said, right? You know the commercials with the roaches, right? And all
yes.
they look so terrified when I affirm them. But a lady today who may or may not have had teeth, when I said to her in the Dollar General, we were getting spices, I said, you're loved and lovable. And she went, that's right. And she actually took it in like a sponge. I was like, wow, this is so good. She actually gets it. And so our ability to receive the positive messages from the universe are equally as powerful as receiving all the other stuff. We should take that in actually more than we take in the BS. All right. Yes.
More. That's what I was about. Yes, more
More.
so. Because here's the thing is we're going to get what we, like you said earlier, what we put our focus on. And so the thing that people don't realize, and all of us, like, especially us damn healers, man, we are the worst at this. We are focusing on the negative bullshit all the time. Let me go find all that BS. Let me go find the lies. Let me go. No, it's all elude. Why are we down there trying to fix the bullshit? Why are we trying to change the lie? We can't do that. You know, we take the truth and we run out there in the world and we try to shove the truth into the lie. That don't work. It's never going to work. All there is for us to do is take the truth that is us and bring it to the light. Whatever is here in front of me that ain't true, I just got to point it to the light and look at it again, and it will go away. It's that simple. And then what's left is the truth, and you just walk that out. We're not supposed to be focusing on the negative. And you know how many times people say, I hear them all the time. Oh, I have my, what is it? My karma. I was bad to this person in this life, and now I got this punishment. And oh, I did that thing, and oh, they're punishing me for this. And oh, I was a murderer in another lifetime. And oh, I told a lie, and now I'm getting this, you know, and God's testing me. Oh, how many of them?
Oh my
I know the
gosh.
test out
The
there, right?
testing me, folks. The testing me.
Oh, I'm getting tested. Now you tell me why in the hell a God who is benevolent in everything, all, knows all, is all, needs to test you. Test you for what? You don't think he knows you? Why he testing you? He ain't testing you. You testing you and blaming him because you are a powerful creator. You're a powerful creator. You are co-creating. You either making shit up or you co-create in love with God. That's it. You only got 2 choices. And when we over here thinking that we split ourselves from God, when we think that we separated ourselves from that which we are, and then we forget what we are, and we're sitting here and we're like, I don't know what to do. I don't know who I am. I don't know how to do anything. And then you think all these thoughts, and then you wonder why these things keep happening. We have any negative thoughts in our heads, and then the negative things happen, and then it just keeps happening. And you're like, I don't understand why these bad things keep happening. Well, what are you thinking about? What are you focusing on all the time? You know, it's like the bad kid, right? You know, everybody has their kid and they say a squeaky wheel. Listen to parents talk about their children. Listen. They have three kids. One kid, oh, that's my poster child. They'll say this shit. That's my poster child. He don't never do nothing wrong, does everything I tell him to do. That's my good son. No, that one there, that one's my squeaky wheel. He gonna get into everything, makes messes, don't listen to nothing I tell him. Oh, he don't never listen to me. That's my squeaky. That's my problem child right there. And then that one there, that's my baby. He can't do no wrong. We just give it everything. It's spoiled rotten. That's what they'll say, right?
That's what
And then look at the kids.
Do you
That's
know
exactly how they
my father? It's like you know my father. Continue.
is exactly how they y'all act too, ain't it? Because he's speaking who you are. He's telling you who you are, and you are agreeing.
Listen, that's a whole different podcast. The power of the word and the power of the tongue. We got to come back for that. Poppy Water, what's your next point on your PowerPoint?
Yeah, and I'm gonna bridge what you just shared with because it was all in flow because honestly, my dad, remember when we focus on growth,
Yes.
because I had a brother who was seen as the problem child. That's where all the focus went because it was like I need to fix that squeaky wheel.
Yeah.
That the other wheels begin to fall apart because you're only focused on the squeaky wheel and not the upkeep. So I just want to highlight that very quickly. And then I feel like we are moving like if I'm heads, you're tails. Same coin because I had no problems. Compliment me, you know? But like we said, the criticism, I tense. And so, and it's all needed. We need to learn how to take both in. And so I just love that you shared that because, people are on different sides of the coin, but it's all still a quarter, still 25 cents. It's
Yep.
still 25 cents. So we got to know that. And then with that, just coming back around to my second point of just being honest. And we've kind of been tapping on that anyways, talking about truth, being willing to see what the truth is. Because and someone said this yesterday, I think Devin said it in our summit yesterday. There's your personal truth, and there's the truth that other people believe, and then there's like what's actually true. And being willing to change your personal truth or to be open to what is actually true because things can change and knowing your power to shape the truth differently in your mind and to empower yourself. And I think about that in terms of healing work, being willing to change what you thought happened to you can help to heal you and to forgive and release because you're now going, well, was that a time where I was actually abandoned, or was that a time where I learned how to stand up for myself and that I was powerful, whether someone was with me or not? Right? It changes. And so now you're more willing to go, when you see a situation pulling up where you're about to have to stand on your own, you're like, I'm willing to run through because I know now, because I've changed that, and I'm willing to a new truth that I can do this alone or with someone, but I'm going to do it. Right. And that opens you up to change in your life that way. Because truth, and K. Michelle is here tonight, apparently. The same artist I mentioned. She has a phrase where she says, the truth only steps on your toes when you step out of line. So when the truth is stepping on my feet, and I'm like, oh, I must be doing something because lies, they step on your feet regardless. They're just that's the goal. But when the truth, when I'm only hurt because I can't accept the truth, you go again, oh, it's me. I'm the problem. And then you can move forward in healing that. And then just landing on number 3, you gotta be willing in this life to go after what you want. Because if you don't go after it, nobody else is because it's what you want. Even when you think you want similar things to people, we all want it our way, right? And that's where we get into bumping heads. But coming back to the point of like, you have to be willing. to fully go get what you want and not wait for someone to come scoop you up and take you there. You have to go get it, even if you don't even know how. You just know you want to go after it. You have to be willing to dig and be on the phone, do the research, sit with yourself, listen to the criticism, to the compliments, to it all. You have to be willing so that you can go get what you want. Because you can't, it's like sitting across a room and the piece of cake you want is sitting there on the plate and it says, for you, and you just sit in the corner and look at it and go, I'm gonna eat that cake. It's gonna come to me. No, it's not. You're gonna be watching
Go
the
get it.
ants come eat your cake if you don't get up and go get your slice. You're gonna watch your cake rot from across the room. And so I think about that and what we want and manifest. Like my dream can't rot across the room because then I'm gonna look crazy, and not to anybody else, to you. We know how it is, looking crazy to other people. We care about that on and off all the time. But when you look crazy to yourself, it's a whole different feeling when you could have just got up and got the cake. When somebody tells you, when you like, I didn't get my cake last night, I'm so upset. And they go, well, did you try getting up and going to go get it? Now you have to sit there with, well, I didn't think about just getting up and going to go get the cake. But now I sound crazy. So just be willing to go get what you want. And I'm being called to talk about how faith without work is dead. And we have to know that. We talk about that in Conjure, and because I don't separate it, because God everywhere I go. Even in my workings, right? I arguably say it's only witchcraft when God is not in it, because and that's a whole other thing. But I'm an alchemist, and I co-create my reality with God involved and with that God power. So yeah, just being willing to put in the work and take the accountability, and that's where I land. I appreciate y'all for letting me share and be willing. I'm gonna write some affirmations about willingness because I think it'll be very powerful for the people.
Amazing. What say you, Amy, about going and getting it and lassoing your dream and being willing to go across the room and get the slice of cake?
Um, Let me see. This is like, for me, that had been one of my issues in the past. It's like the sitting around waiting, you know, confusing. One of the things that I realized that I would do is, like I was talking about that back door. One of the ways that the back door was getting me is through the whole area of, this is my dream. This is what I feel like Spirit put on my heart. And then I'm just sitting there waiting. I'm like, all right, so like Spirit, you gonna make this happen. I ain't got to do nothing. It's just gonna show up and I'm just gonna like get in there, right? And I'm just gonna flow, right? And there is a degree to that when you are in alignment with that. But if you ain't in alignment with that, that's not gonna be your experience. And so the thing that I realized that I was doing that I wasn't aware of, that was kind of life changing, was I've been sitting, this is what I want, and not really having a complete vision of what I wanted. I know God wants me to bring hope to the masses. I know the plan, right? Like I know I'm supposed to be out there. I know I'm supposed to be doing it. I'm supposed to reach a whole lot of people. I know all of that. But I wasn't moving in the degree and in the manner that I needed to be moving, because what I would do is I put, okay, here's God. This is what God wants to do through Amy. Okay. So I would separate God from Amy. So then here's what happens. Amy, you got to get the hell out of here because you a drama-fied, abused scaredy cat. So you not welcome. You go over here. Here comes Spirit coming down through Amy. And now Amy's riffing and doing spirit talk and doing all these healings, blah, 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 right? No, 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 Amy. It's all God. It's all Spirit, 100%. That's what I'm saying. However, what I did not realize is I am separating myself from God still,
Mm.
right? So remember that tiny mad idea where we had that little idea and we said one day, oh, I wonder what it'd be like to be separate from God? Here's a better analogy that I heard it the other day. Somebody was talking about a cow, and it really was like, yes, this is it. This is what we did. So there was a bunch of gods sitting around one day, and one of them decided, I wonder what it would be like to be a cow. So he turned himself into a cow. And he's down there grazing in the grass, and he's eating his cow grass up, and he's drinking the water, and, he's doing the little cow life, and he's having fun being a cow, and the other gods are all laughing about it. They're like, look at him being a cow. Oh, my gosh, the god down there being a cow. Don't he know he's a god? He's being a cow. This is so funny. Well, the thing is, the god that decided to turn himself into a cow forgot that he was a god. And he starts thinking he's really a cow. And now he acting like a cow, but he ain't acting like a cow no more. He being a cow. And the gods are like, you're not a cow, man. You're a god. He's like, moo, moo. And he's eating his grass. And they're like, man, you are a god. Snap out of it. Moo, moo. They're like, but you're a god, yo. Come on. What are you doing? Why are you eating grass and chewing cud? You're not a cow. You're a god. You're a god. And he eventually remembered that he was a god, and he popped back up into godhood. And that's basically what we're doing. We have forgotten that we are as God created us. We are God's creation. And therefore, as God's creation, we are as that which was created. We are love. We were created from love, therefore we are love, right? And so I forgot. I was separating myself from God and saying, God's got this. Amy's screwed up. Don't let Amy anywhere near that. But I'm still separating. I'm not being, I align with God and let God flow through me. But I'm not being as God. I wasn't staying in the oneness. I align and then I come back out. So the whole identity that I have and all of that was God is big dog and Amy is crap, but she has the ability to tap into God, and that makes her okay. And that's not the truth. And so now I get to be as God created me. I am joy. I am love. I am peace. I am bliss. I am abundance. I know all things. I don't, when somebody comes and taps me on the shoulder now because I'm riffing and I'm talking with spirit, I'm talking through spirit, spirit's talking in me, as me, and somebody comes and taps me on the shoulder and said, what'd you just say? There ain't gonna be no more. Man, I don't even know what I said because that wasn't me. No, they're going to be what we just said. All right, here you go. Because we tapped in. We are. We're not separate. But I've been separating myself.
And see, a whole nother riff would be us talking about atonement and how they break that down to at one meant with God. To atone with your spirit and to atone with the divine means to be at one.
Yep.
There's no separation, no division, just spot on, center with the divine. I remember when Spirit revealed to me that I no longer needed to be duplicitous in my nature, which is what you're speaking to. That coming from the church background that I come from, there was always like this church Dre, and then this like street Dre. Or there was this like higher Dre that was like
an ego.
Yeah, just
higher Amy, ego Amy.
So many different people inside. It's really it's a lot. But once God showed me, as He has shown you, that there is no separation, there is no division. There's only oneness, and the abundance that comes from that. I'm beginning to realize that I don't have to split myself into so many different pieces. God wants me to move in my ministry and in my mission as whole all the time. And there's no need to tear myself into multiple parts, because the moment that I realize that I have his or her, if you can go with me on the Father, Mother, God thing, the moment that I realize that I have God's mind and God's heart dwelling inside me, that just solves all of the duplicitous problems that we have as humans in our separation. Yeah. I want to thank y'all for not being separate from me tonight. and separate from my magic and my mission and my love of holding sacred spaces on the internet for those who want to vibe higher and to have happy lives. I'm gonna open the floor now so that Amy first and then Poppy Water can share with the people where to find you on the internet, and what your specialties are. Amy says, Father Truth, Mother Love, Together Creation. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so where can people find you on the internet, and what are you specializing in right now in your healing practice for the people?
Okay, so you can find me on Your Healing Mentor here at Facebook, not Facebook, Instagram.
Yes.
You have to bear with me. I'm learning.
Good.
My Facebook is just Amy Sue. You can find me there. Yeah. So you just message me and then we can have a conversation. Basically, what I predominantly do is just like, I don't really know right now. Everything is changing. So what I've been doing recently, now, currently, is just really focusing on energetics and doing energy work. And I mean, there is sometimes there are beliefs that come up that need to be addressed that have, but if that's the case, spirit lets you know. But this whole thing about spirituality, the drudgery of healing and all of that stuff, y'all, it's a lie. Do you hear me? You don't have to suffer. You don't have to do all of that. It's really not necessary. Now, if you're willing to try something different, you will find that your life could just be better every single day. You can have an energy session. You can come on and call me on the phone, and we can sit down and we can do a session. Half time, I don't even need you on the phone. I just pop, 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 pop. Rework your energy, put in some new energy. We do our intentions. You set your intentions, and then boom, your life just changes, and you just start having a different outcome. And the only thing you're doing is calling me on the face saying, "Oh my God, I cannot believe that this is my life. What did you do to me?" It's things are just happening. People are talking to me. I'm not alone anymore. Like, I'm not lying, y'all. That's what happens when you are willing to work with your energy and quit thinking that you got to get all up in your head, because your head is not going to save you. Your head is the bane of your existence. Get out of there. Don't get in the head. You need to get down into your heart. You need to operate from your heart, always and in always. Heart first. Heart first. Heart first, always. And when you can do that and you work on your energetics, everything changes. So just reach out to me, have a conversation, because here's the thing. This is deep work. I ain't even going to lie. So you can't just do it with just anybody. You got to trust the person. And so if you hear me talking and you think you can jive with me, then you need to pick up the phone, you need to message me, and let's have a conversation around that and what it looks like. And because, you know, if you're very advanced and you've already been doing healing sessions and you're going down your path, then you already know what you need. Maybe you got a certain set point of something that's just really just taking you down. Let's just get in there and rework that thing and change that. And then you just go on your happy little way. If you are just starting out and you're looking for a mentor, oh my Lord, let me be your mentor, please. I got you, because I will transform your life. Your life will change. You will be a totally different person. You will have peace that you can't even describe. You will have love like nobody's business. You will have abundance. You will have joy. You will have bliss. You will have all of those things in your life. You will be as God created you to be, because you can't not be as long as you're willing. Because what happens is we get in there and we start working around with things. We start changing things, and you just get to be that happy little person that God meant for you to be. And you have peace and joy and just, I can't even begin to describe to you how you feel. And inner child work, don't even get me started on inner child. Let's work on your inner child, teenager, inner child, all of that. Let me tell you something. You are a whole being, and this whole inner child thing, people talk about, put my little baby child over here and then leave a little child. No, your child is you. Do you not know that you need to integrate? Don't leave that child out there alone in a basket somewhere. You got to bring it home. And when you bring that baby home, then you get to love on it. You get to protect it. You get to be everything for it that you didn't have growing up. You won't do it for yourself. And when you do it for yourself, can't nobody ever take it away from you. And you don't need it from anybody else because you are it. And when you know that you are it, everything changes. So, yeah, I do mentorship. I recommend if you want to do mentorship that we do at least 3 months to get you some transformation. But the longer you go, the more transformation you're going to have. And I do work with you on that. We can do bi-weekly, you can do weekly. Like, we'll work it out to where it works for you, because that's the other thing is I'm here for you. And I want to start group stuff, but I haven't got that in. I'm in the works with that, but I want to start. What I want to do is I'm just tell you my mission. I want to be the Gary Vee of spirituality. And I want to have a membership that people just get on, like I want like a big membership where we get on there and it's like platform, and I could do like a healing and everybody listens to it on your own time. You can do it live. You can do it on your own time. It doesn't matter because there's only ever now. So whenever you tap in, you're going to get the healing. So it don't really matter. I want to do stuff like that. I want to travel and talk. I want to do all those things, but you didn't ask me all that. But anyways, there's what I want to do. That's my vision. As you can see, I'm just getting into the whole vision thing. And I'm so excited because now I know it doesn't even matter. It just, if I see it, it's already done. I just got to go and allow it to unfold and be that willing participant in the unfolding of the beautiful package that is Healing with Amy Sue, right? Same thing with you, same thing with Papi. Everybody has whatever your thing is, right? And I would just be honored to work with anybody that feels called. So just reach out to me. And even if you don't do the work, reach out to me, have that conversation, because what you'll find out is if I'm not the one for you, it's going to get you closer to the one, because you'll know what you want and you'll know what you're looking for. So I'm not going to get wounded and offended if I ain't the one. It's patchwork, baby. Not everybody's part of my quilt. But if you are part of my quilt, come on, we got a quilt to build.
So beautiful. So beautiful. Papi Wata, where can people find you, and what are you servicing right now in the world? What are you offering?
Um, Real quick, and I'll make it fast. We talked about, I just want to uplift that in the Ifa tradition in Nigeria, in Yoruba tradition, there's this whole thing, and God is defined as, they call God Oladumare, but still God, we all know. And the whole human experience is about God wanting to experience God's creation as man. So then we're God having a human experience, and every religion comes back to that. So I just want to hint that you brought that up for me earlier, and I was like, yes. That's why the cows are here. That's why it's all here, because God said, I want to experience everything I made as everything I made. And we're all one collective consciousness. So I love that. And you can find me. I'm normally doing Waiting to Exhale on Clubhouse every night at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, a venting and healing space. I may start to stagger nights between Clubhouse and Twitter Spaces, as I kind of want to allow more access to other people and just to kind of play with it. And God says I need to release my frustration with Clubhouse. It's a work. And I'm also going to be building more spaces. I'm actually about to start preaching more and standing more in that bag as Pastor Papi. And you'll see Clubhouse rooms popping out about that soon. I tend to go live every day, earlier in the morning or afternoon at 11:30 Eastern Standard Time, where I'm talking about either the 7-day pillar challenge, where I'm talking about the chakra system, and I'm moving that space into more so talking about 365 days of Kwanzaa, because I want to uplift healing yourself and spilling the healing over to your community. And I think everyone can benefit from those principles and practices. And it's very healing. And so that's my mission. I also do one-on-one spiritual readings and consultations. If you want to do, people do their little quick stuff, because I know the world loves to be on the go. We have the texting options for readings over in WhatsApp as cheap as $5 a card reading. And I really urge y'all, come and get it now because God is changing my heart and I'm about to not offer my readings and services that way. And it's moving more towards like a, I'll give you a